Akstoyane is, I think, already not only in Russia but in Europe very famous and important because it is, I think, the first festival where the artists and architects are going in the landscape and creating very interesting, very outstanding objects in combining with the landscape. And this year, for the first time, it was decided from the organizers of Akstoyane not to go in the landscape, but to go in the real village. And in this real village, create some objects what are really part of this village life. And for me and my co-author, Agnes Terligova, it was a very important part. It was like a signature stone, like a meeting point, entrance point by the beginning of the village. And we decided to make from outside a very significant form, what belongs to the old Russian architectural forms, what we know from the old columns of monasteries, of churches, for beginning of 18th century, for beginning of classical time in the Russian architecture. But we see this tradition of such a strong, big and rough forms also in the architecture of constructivism. So we used it for our form, and you recognize it from very long distance, but by coming narrow, you see there is something in. But you cannot come directly through, you have to go around and find quite small wooden door. You have to open it now with a key. It is not temporary objects, but it's object what leaves so long it can. And you come in this object inside and you see cylindric room where a lot of elements of agriculture, of the working with agriculture, are exhibited on the walls. And they are coming over higher and higher, and if you go with your head and you see on top, you see very nice oculus, overlight, and through this light, through this glass, very nice daylight, a little bit yellow. It's not quite clear glass, but a little bit yellow, so you have a feeling also about Russian weather, but not every time sunny, like here in Italian, but you have a feeling every day is very sunny weather. How everyone in the village would like to have to make a good agriculture. And you see this light from upstairs, and by this light, or in the evening by artificial light, you see very nice how these elements, artifacts are coming out with shadows, with very powerful shadows on the wall. For me, it was very important to find the material because a lot of buildings, a lot of objects in Akstoyane are only from the wood. And I think wood is great material also for the nature surrounding. But we wanted, together with Agnia, to make something outstanding also in the material. And we put in this earth structure to make very sculptural object, but in very geometrical forms, because I think strong geometrical forms, rough geometrical forms could be very good in connection with natural surrounding.